Right now, I am in beautiful Los Angeles, California, visiting my girlfriend, but I had to bring you guys a video on how to find these profitable products doing arbitrage. I'm getting a lot of questions. So I pressured my friend Chris McCauley, he's a fellow YouTuber, to making you guys a video on step-by-step how to find products using tactical arbitrage because he's gonna make over $6,000 this month in his arbitrage business, and this is exclusively what he does. So he's going to show you step by step, and he's going to find you a product that has over 80% return on your money. And you guys can watch the whole video. It only took a couple minutes of work for him to do it. I'm trying to get him to put out a full course on how to do tactical arbitrage because this is incredibly powerful software, and it's how you have to scale in order to get to those, if you want to get $10,000 a month profit or more on online arbitrage, this is really how you have to do it. I mean, there are people out there. Chris did an interview with a UK seller who is doing over $1 million a year in sales just doing tactical arbitrage and hiring VAs. So with that, I'm gonna break into it. If you guys like his content, go check out his channel, and I will put his link to tactical arbitrage in the description if you guys want to support him.
Hey everyone, before we get started, I want to thank Adam for having me on. I love his channel and I love all the content he puts out. And for anyone who doesn't know me, I've been selling on Amazon full time since early part of 2017. And one of the business models I use to help me make money for my Amazon store is online arbitrage, where you just buy from retailers and you send into Amazon for a profit. Now, the software I use that really allows me to speed things up is a software called Tactical Arbitrage. This is actually how I found the product I just showed you. And I'm going to walk you through the steps I took to get there. Now, I do want to say too, do not source this product. If you do so at your own risk. It is being exposed. And when something like that happens, the supply goes up. By rule of economics, the price goes down. So just wanted to share that with you guys. Now, let's go ahead and walk through how I set up my searches, and then we can go ahead and go through that. Now, I only use product search and reverse search. If you notice, there are some other tabs that I don't have showing right now, and it's because I'm not paying for it. So I only pay for the product search and reverse search features. Now, the next thing I want to do is show you guys, okay, how do I know what store do I want to search? Primarily, I source health and beauty products, which are gated, and I recommend getting in as many gated brands and categories as possible. I'm sure Adam talks about that in his videos. The store I ended up searching was Sears, and the reason why I searched Sears was because they had a huge sale that day. Now, I knew they had a huge sale that day because I went to a website called ebates.com, and I saw, if you go to ebates.com, you can see all of the different sales happening, and usually they are very time sensitive, so you want to be pretty quick on doing this. But I saw Sears that day had a 15% off sale, so that's what I wanted to search Sears. That wasn't including any other coupons or anything. So what I do is I'm selling in the USA, I sell on Amazon.com, and you can search through all of Tactical Arbitrage's websites. There are so many stores. And what you can end up doing is you can either sort by a certain part of the store's URL. So like, let's say you go to Sears.com and you type in Kodak and you want to search Kodak things. You can do that manually. And what you'll have to do is you'll have to take the link after you search Kodak, and you will have to paste it into here. And then however many pages that takes, you will have to plug in, 1 to 50 pages or however many pages you want that to search. Well, what I like to do is I like to go through bulk categories. And what I do is I will pick categories I like. So I'm ungated in automotive, so I will add that to bulk list. And I didn't clear that after my last search, so I'll click clear. So it's back down to 0. But I'll add automotive, and apparently automotive is huge at Sears because it already filled it up. But like I may, add fitness and sports, which is what I did for this search. I added fitness and sports. There's food and grocery. I'm engaged in that. Health and wellness. You can just click over here and just add until it gets full. However, keep in mind, the bigger the search, the longer this is going to take. So it could take hours. It could take a lot of hours. Now, I guess the next thing I want to talk about is my filters. So after I add to the bulk list, you could click search. What I want to do is I want to add different filters. Okay, so I'll go ahead and show you guys the filters I use. I have all of these stores that use filters. Now look at this. So I have a profit filter. Okay, so I keep at least 10% gross ROI. Now I'm not sourcing stuff with a 10% ROI, but sometimes there's a buffer there. Like let's say there's a coupon I missed or something like that. I want to keep at least some kind of window that will allow me to catch those items. So 10% filter. So that's in the profit and ROI settings. Cost and fees. These are my prep fees. I always like to overestimate my cost. Then I have remove. So I remove the words pack, bundle, set, count. That way it's a listing for 3 of the listing on Amazon and I'm only buying 1 from the store. It's going to say there's a 300% ROI or whatever that's not realistic. That way it just eliminates those right now, which is nice. And then I also eliminate if there's 75 or more sellers per product. And that's really all I do in here. And then the last one, and now this is the most important one, is store reductions. Now remember that 15% off Sears store wide. Now it's not happening now, but when it was, I just plug in 15% and then you'll click save and then you click search. So I'll save it and then I click search. Now the scan is running. And now what I do is I will turn off my computer. I'll do other things. I'll close tactical arbitrage. And then when I get a text message that says your search is done, then we can view the results. Now, I don't actually have this Sears scan with me now. I don't have it because I'm always running scans. So I think I've got a scan for like Lucky Vitamins right now or something. But process is the same. So that's what I'm going to show you guys. Okay, so once we get the search up, the next thing I like to do is I like to sort by gross ROI. Now, the gross ROI isn't necessarily accurate. So when you see something that says, 80% or whatever, you still have to check to make sure it's 80% or it's going to be more, it could be less, but it's a good way to narrow down on profitable products. So the first thing I like to do is I like to sort from highest to lowest on gross ROI. So I'll just click right here. You can click these and it will show the stores by gross ROI. And then once I have it going from highest to lowest, so once I sort from highest to lowest gross ROI, the very next thing I'm doing is I'm just making sure that the pictures match up. Is this even the same item? Because sometimes they mess up. Now, the next thing I'm doing is this is the Amazon title. This is the store title. Or this is the Amazon title. I want to hover my mouse over the Amazon title and just make sure, okay, are these actually the same quantities? Now, I did show you that I eliminate certain quantities where it says set, pack, count, all these other things are multiple items on the Amazon listing. So I'm just briefly checking here, okay? So now once I know that they are actually the same item, I want to next see, is this even in stock at the store? Okay. Does the store I'm looking at even have it in stock? Because it says it's in stock right here, but that doesn't mean it's in stock because it could be slightly delayed. You don't catch it. And so before you take the time and figure out all the profitability, is this even a good sale, whatever, I want to just click, is this item in stock? So I'll click right here and it will take, this is the actual store listing. And I'm not going to do it, but it will take you to the store and then you can see if it's in stock. Now that I know it's in stock, I want to see, is the sales rank good? Now I have sales rank right here, and this is average over the last 90 days and then the current. Now the reason why it's important is because you want to check more than just the current rank right now. That just implies how fast it's selling. The lower the sales rank, the better. So every category has a different sales rank or best sellers rank BSR. Right here, these are fairly similar, but sometimes you can see that they're 100, 200,000 apart. So, and I don't like that. Okay, so now that I know the sales rank is good, and you can check, basically all the sales rank will do is it will tell you how many sell per month, and I can just look at these and see I know how many sell per month, but without knowing, you're gonna have to plug these into Estimator. So we're gonna go over that later in this video, but there's a free estimator on Jungle Scout where you can plug in things and it will show you how many sell per month. Now that I know, okay, so the item's the same, it's in stock, it has a good sales rank. Now, before we calculate profitability, I want to know, can I even list this item? Because Amazon has gated brands and gated categories, and I'm unlocked in quite a few, but there's still some that I come across that I'm just not ungated in or whatever. So what you do then is, I'm not going to show you guys this because I would have to expose my Amazon account, but what you're going to do is you're going to take the ASIN, so the Amazon ASIN of whatever item you're looking at, which can be found in the top part of the listing. So it's this B0 whatever. And then you're going to copy and paste that. You're going to go into your Seller Central, go into Manage Inventory, and then from there you'll go to Add Product. Now, when you paste the ASIN into this, it will say either you want to make sure you can list it in new condition, not collectible, not used. And if it asks for request approval, you can click request approval to see if you automatically get ungated, but odds are you're not going to get ungated. So you want to make sure that you can list it before you buy it. Now that I know that I can buy it, now let's see if this item is profitable or not. Here's the kicker though. This is a secret that a lot of people say they can't find items on tactical arbitrage. This one secret, if you're watching this far, it will help you out a lot. This item that I showed you before, it was out of stock. If you go to the Sears listing right here, it says it's temporarily unavailable, and the margins on this, as I'm going to show you, were very, very good. So what I did then was I Googled it, and I came across, there were quite a few sites that actually had it, but I came across this site. It's called heartratemonitorsusa.com. And what I'm going to show you guys here is this right here. You need to make sure that it's the same size. That the one I wanted was the XL small. And we can see that on a worst case scenario, we're looking at a 6,000 sales rank. Now, the 6,000 sales rank, according to the Jungle Scout Estimator, you click on the sports outdoors, that's 533 sales per month. And that just gives you an estimate. It's not necessarily right. It will allow you to see kind of estimates. Now, I found this on heartratemonitorsusa.com, and they have a 20% sale. So basically, and free shipping over $20. So if you give them your email, you get a 20% coupon on one order, and there's no limit. So then what I did was, okay, so 20% of $64.95 and free shipping is $51.92. So that means that there's 405. So the Jungle Scout Estimator said there were 500 some sales per month. This says 405. So I like to take the conservative number just to play it safe. So we're looking at 405 sales per month and at $51.92. Now, the buy box is at about $115, which comes out to be an 82% ROI and $42 per item. Now, I'm going to show you how I came across the buy box, just to double check. Like, this isn't a video about the buy box, but I'm going to kind of show you how I came across that. So right now, you can see that there's one prime listing at $117. So we'll say the buy box is $115 for this item once we get it prime, which is where all the sales happen. So we can use that as an estimator to calculate profits off of. So now what I do is I will go back here. When there's any kind of variation, whether it's size or color or whatever, you need to make sure it's the same product because it will drastically change things. So in this particular instance, we are going to make sure. So now that we have the same product on, let's go ahead and calculate profits, which I just use the Amazon FBA calculator app. There are other means of doing this. This is a free extension for my Chrome browser, and it's just calculating right here. And then what I can do is I can just plug in, this is $51.92. I am sending this to a tax-free state, but let's say I have an 80-cent prepping cost. So that's my stipulation there. And so we're looking at, after my prep cost, I'm looking at $38 per item, 73% ROI, and now that's $17,154. Now, I always like to assume, that's just me. I like to assume that there's going to be more people that enter in this. So let's say 3 other prime sellers come in now. That's all we're caring about is prime sellers. That's still over $5,000 of profit for this one item. Now, there are so many items like this, guys. There are so many items. This is just one. And this is the steps I took to get there. Now, if you notice, I didn't just go over a scan, check it, and then we're done. Like, I went outside the box. I went ahead and I did that Google search. Tactical arbitrage is just helping me find those items. You can't just rely with what's inside the system. So that's pretty much it, guys. I really hope that this will help you going forward. And, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Thank you.